Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I had two questions. One was about I wrote it down.
One was about the Satyam, the 3 types of Satyams.
Correct. And I wrote it down. Sorry. Okay. The question was I want that little explanation on the Vyavaharika and Paramatma.
Yeah.
Vyavaharika.
So the question is, there is a word called Vyavaharikam. So important to understand this. So when we talked about Satyam and Mithya, so we talked about realities, and we said that the dependent, that which depends on something else for its existence, is called Mithya, and that which does not depend on anything for its existence is called Satyam. We said that. So when we talk about reality, when I look at this world, right, when I look at this world, there are so many things to see, to perceive. And so I say there is a tree, and it has a lot of flowers. You also see it. Everybody else sees it. And it's common knowledge. This common knowledge is called Vyavaharika Satyam. Vyavaharika Satyam. Why it is common knowledge? It is common knowledge because it exists. Whether I see it or not, it exists. And anybody who sees it will see it. Now, it is, therefore I see. So Vyavaharika Satyam is what? It is, therefore I see. It is, therefore I see. It exists, therefore I see. Tree exists, therefore I see. Bird exists, therefore I see. Flying bird is, therefore I see a flying bird. Now, there is another kind of Satyam. This is one kind of Satyam called Vyavaharika Satyam. There's some reality to it. That reality is called Vyavaharika Satyam. Now, I see a snake. I see a snake outside my apartment. And then I take a stick and I do like this, and it doesn't move. It doesn't move. And then I look closely because there's not enough light. It's like twilight. And then I see, oh, these people are working in the evening, so they left this hose outside, and so it is not a snake. Now tell me, that snake that I saw, what kind of reality it is? Is it Vyavaharika Satyam? Vyavaharika Satyam means what? It is, therefore I see. And if that is the case, everybody should see a snake when I saw the snake. But that also doesn't happen. Therefore, we say this situation is not it is, therefore I see. It is I see, therefore it is. I see, therefore it is. That Satyam is called Pratibhasika Satyam. Pratibhasika Satyam. Pratibhasika therefore means what? When I project something that doesn't exist, really speaking, that is called Pratibhasika Satyam. So numerous examples in our life. So I am walking on the street, again it is getting dark, it has become dark, and the street lights are not working, and I see another person coming in the front, it is late in the night, and that person has a stick in the hand. Now what? Now there is a fear in my heart. Because the person is also big and I am so small, and that person is so big and he has a stick in his hand, and it is some kind of a dingy street, also some side street, some corner inside. There is no person here anywhere. Even if I scream for help, nobody will come. And now what? Here is a person on which I am projecting somebody. Correct? I am projecting a person who has the potential to mug me, who has the potential to hit me up, who has the potential to steal the money I have in my pocket. All those attributes I am projecting. And when I go closer, what do I find? Here is a senior person who is limping and who is walking with his walking stick. In fact, he is asking for help from me. So now tell me, this idea that I had about that person is what? Is it Vyavaharika Satyam or Pratibhasika Satyam? Pratibhasika Satyam, obviously, because it is
We
my...
don't hear you, Jayakumar. We don't hear you. There's a problem.
You cannot hear me?
I can.
Mahesh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, you all can hear me. All right. So him, you can hear me. So Prasad, can you check your speakers? Looks like everybody can hear me except you. So Pratibhasika Satyam, correct? So in all our relationships, whenever I project something on somebody, whenever I say something that is not true to the person, okay, you're an angry person. You're an angry person. Means what? No, husband and wife are shouting at each other. You're an angry person. You always shout at me. So the person is not always an angry person. The person is not always shouting. Okay? Because the person is doing so many things in a given day and taking care of the family and all that. And you're an angry person. You're an angry person means what? Only if a person is angry all the time, 24 hours of the day, only then that person can be called an angry person. Okay? You're shouting all the time. Shouting all the time means what? The person must be shouting every waking moment. The person has to be shouting. Only then the person can be called a shouting person. No. Just at this moment, you're always shouting. You're not always shouting. At this moment, you're shouting and you're raising your voice. That is a correct statement. So look at that. Even when we speak, we are projecting a lot on the other person. All the things we project on another thing or person which are not true to that object is all Pratibhasika Satyam. It is Satyam in the sense there is some reality to it. I see the snake, right? I see the snake. So the snake is real at that moment for me. But we use the word, the technical word is Pratibhasika Satyam. Correct? Pratibhasika Satyam. So, okay, so we completed Vyavaharika Satyam. It is, therefore I see. Pratibhasika Satyam. I see, therefore it is. If I did not see it, it won't exist. If I don't see the snake, there is no snake. Correct? I give the reality to it. So, Pratibhasika Satyam. Now I will ask you a question. Mahesh or him and anybody can answer this. I see a mirage. What Satyam it is? I see a mirage. Which category will you put it in? Vyavaharika Satyam or Pratibhasika Satyam?
Will be Pratibhasika.
Yeah, Pratibhasika.
It is Pratibhasika. Okay. Any other answers?
It is error illusion. So
Correct. So, see, it is true that there is no water there. Okay. It is true that there is no water. And if I say there is water, then I am projecting, no doubt. But then it is also not like the rope snake. Because I see a snake and you don't see a snake. You come and say, hey, wait a minute. This is not a snake. This is a pipe. Whereas in the case of the mirage, all of us see a mirage. All of us see the same water that doesn't exist. That means what? It is, I mean, it doesn't, I agree it is not, there is no real water. Therefore, it is not Vyavaharika Satyam. But then it is also not like the rope snake. It is not a personal projection. It is uniformly we are seeing it. Therefore, I think it is Vyavaharika Satyam. And we all agree that it is not water also. We may see water, but we agree. We don't say there is water, do we? We don't say there is water. We only say there is mirage. That means what? We are recognizing this phenomenon. And it happens to all of us uniformly, not to specific people. And so, I like to put it in Vyavaharika Satyam. I am not saying existence of water is Vyavaharika Satyam. The existence of mirage, this phenomenon which we understand very clearly, is Vyavaharika Satyam. Because we all understand total internal reflection, and therefore there is appearance of a reflecting surface, and therefore an appearance of water-like thing that is simmering on a hot day. All this we can appreciate. So that is Vyavaharika Satyam. But if somebody runs towards it thinking it is water, then that is Pratibhasika. Okay? Okay. So we talked about Vyavaharika Satyam. We talked about Pratibhasika Satyam. There is one more Satyam which now you know, studying Vedanta. The Satyam that is self-conscious, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That Satyam is neither Vyavaharikam nor Pratibhasikam. And that being the absolute, it is called Paramarthika Satyam. Paramarthika Satyam. Okay. So therefore, they talk about this three types of reality, sometimes they might say. And look at that. So much to appreciate, and in English, there's no word for these things. I mean, okay, you can say illusion, projection, all these words are there, no doubt. But we this includes Paramarthika Satyam also. And so it makes our vision of realities complete. We understand what type of realities there are completely. So does that answer the question, Mahesh? Okay. Yeah, Hem, go ahead.
Yeah, so is time also a Vyavaharika Satyam, or would we classify it under?
Yeah, I mean, we have to classify time as Vyavaharika. Because even though it's a projection by all of us, it's a common projection. We don't point to each other and fight about time. And so we agree, and we can fight about you're coming 10 minutes late to class every day. I can argue with you. And what is this? All this argument we can have, but we don't argue about what the time is. And fortunately. Therefore, I think I would put it under Vyavaharika. Because if you put it under Pratibhasika, then the entire Jagat will become Pratibhasika. Because if time is a projection, then the reality of the objects is a projection. I think I am permanent. I live as though I am permanent, but I am not permanent. I live as though this house is going to be permanent. And this house is not permanent. Nothing is permanent, but I think everything is permanent. So therefore, that is a projection. If we say, no, we don't want to do that. It's not the same type of projection as the snake on the rope. And so we can put it under Vyavaharika.
Okay.
So according to classical Vedanta, then it is only Paramarthika Satya that is there.
Correct.
Remaining or not.
Remaining or as though, dependent. We don't say it is not there. Dependent Mithya. We use the word Mithya for it.
Yeah, Maya. Yeah.
Mithya, correct.
So is free will Maya?
Well, free will is also mithya, yes. We have not
That's what
talked,
I'm asking.
we have not talked about Maya yet, so I don't want to use the word.
Oh, okay.
So, and so mithya we have used. So free will is mithya, yes. Dependent existed. Free will depends on you. When you are sleeping, there is no free will. In deep sleep, there is no free will. Only when you wake up, you say, I'm a free person. Or my free will is constricted, restricted, and I'm no longer free because I'm married. Then I can say that. That's your choice. It all depends on you. So free will, therefore, is mithya. Yeah. Correct. Because it comes and goes. Comes and goes. In fact, we don't need to sleep for the free will to go. The free will go in every moment of joy. When you hug a baby and you hug her and you love her, there is no free will. Free will is not there. The ahankara is gone and there is no longer any ahankara, and at that time there is no separation between knower, known, etc. There is no seeker, nothing. So free will is gone. So in a given day, free will also comes and goes. Comes and goes. When you are meditating, free will sometimes goes. When you are doing puja is an important activity for us because puja is the only, Swami used to say this, puja is the only activity where the free will is really free. Really free. You know, it's the same as saying there's no free will. But it's also same as saying the free will is really free, because everywhere else my free will is constricted. Constricted. All constrained free will. I'm saying free will means what? I can do whatever I want. That is the meaning of free will, correct? But really, can I do whatever I want? I can't. Because there are too many constraints. And within those constraints, some option is there. I can choose what kind of soap I can buy for my shower. Little bit free will. And even there, I am constrained. And all these soaps which have every soap has perfume, and I cannot handle perfume. And so it's very difficult for me to buy a soap. Finally, I found a soap somewhere made in Mysore handicrafts, and they don't add perfume in it, and I like it very much. So what is the use of this free will? I can't even buy a soap I want. So free will, when we say, it's always constrained free will. Constrained free will. Limited free will. And so, yeah, the answer to your question is that free will is also mithya. Okay, good. So we can stop with that and resume in the next class. So, Aim, you can stop the recording.